What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and it is officially iPhone announcement day, and man, Apple announced so many different things. We got 4 new iPhones. We got the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, which I heard rumors about, but I didn't think it was happening, but it's here. And we also have the iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max. 4 new phones. It's kind of nuts, but let's talk about everything Apple announced and which one you probably should be looking at. Now, if you saw a lot of the rumors of the new iPhone 12, you might have seen the overall body and the new design for the phones, and looks like the rumors were actually right. Apple has gone back to a similar design that we saw first introduced with the iPhone 4. It has now those hard edges instead of the curved edges, which I am all here for. I'm very, very happy because I think the iPhone 4, iPhone 5, had the best overall feel and design, and now we got that back with the iPhone 12. So the phones look really good, and now they come in multiple colors. The iPhone 12 is going to have a black, white, red, a light mint color, and a blue. Of course, if you know me, you know I love that blue color. It looks amazing, and that's been the one Apple's been showing off with both the 12 and the 12 Pro. Those blues look amazing. Now with the iPhone 12 Pro, we're looking at graphite, silver, gold, and Pacific blue. Pacific blue looks, listen, that is everything I want in a phone. It looks amazing, right, Carl?
Hell yeah.
Now with the iPhone 12, we're looking at a 6.1-inch display, and with the 12 mini, we're looking at a 5.4-inch display. Now, the 5.4-inch display is gonna be the one that people who like smaller iPhones are gonna wanna go for. There's always been this crowd that has wished that the phones didn't get super big. So if you wanted one of the newest iPhones out and you didn't want the SE version, which I thought kind of filled that market, you now have the iPhone 12 mini. Now let's just make one thing clear when it comes to this iPhone 12 mini. It is exactly the same as the iPhone 12, but it just has that smaller display, that smaller body. But in terms of specs, cameras, features, everything's the same. Now, something else I want to talk about with those screens, you know how the iPhone 11 and 10R had like lower resolution screens? Well, with the iPhone 12, you're getting twice the pixels, so you're gonna get a nice sharper screen. It's going to look a lot cleaner than the previous model. So I'm kind of happy Apple did that, because some people viewed it as like kind of cutting corners since you're paying for the lower model. Well, now it's going to look great, and I'm very happy for that because it still keeps that lower price tag. And one more thing with the screen is they changed the materials that it's made out of. Now it's using a ceramic shield. And with that ceramic shield, Apple is toting way better durability. I think they said up to 4 times better drop performance. So for all you wild people out there who like to run around without a case, first of all, you're crazy. And second, you got a 4 times better chance of it surviving if you happen to drop it. Now, this new iPhone 12 body is 11% thinner, 15% smaller, and 16% lighter. So it should be a more compact design, but thankfully, we didn't lose out on any screen real estate. But it does look like we have the same notch. No word on that being any smaller. C'est la vie, I guess. I wish they got rid of it. Now, in terms of the body on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, we're looking at stainless steel edges, which look super, super clean. That Pacific blue looks awesome, and so does the gold. The gold really surprised me. It looks kind of amazing. Now, in terms of sizes for the Pro models, we're looking at larger screens on these. Instead of a 5.8-inch display, we're looking at a 6.1-inch on the iPhone 12 Pro. And for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, instead of a 6.5, we're looking at a 6.7. So I'm actually kind of curious to see just how fluid it is to be able to use these phones in the hand. These are larger screens. And you know, with larger screens, you gotta reach for more. So in a real day in the life, we'll test it out, kind of give it a run and see if it's any more difficult, but a larger screen is better for content consumption, so not mad. Now let's talk about some of the specs, right? First things first, Apple made a really, really big deal out of phones having 5G. Now, we've all heard about 5G. 5G is supposed to be coming for years now, and it doesn't give you coronavirus. That is just a fact. But yes, 5G is definitely going to make things a lot faster when you're out in an area with 5G, which isn't a lot of places right now. But you will be able to get much faster speeds, so you can watch multiple streams. They were showing something with the NFL where you can watch like 7 streams at once. You're gonna be able to do a lot more with that speed. We've seen the use cases. It's a game changer. They teamed up with Verizon to make an announcement that Verizon is officially turning on all of its 5G. So if you got Verizon, good for you. I'm with T-Mobile, we ain't seeing it yet. But it is going to make a difference for you Verizon people. Jay, you're lucky. And a side benefit of that Apple mentioned that can help with privacy and security is the speeds are so fast, you're not gonna care to go on somebody's Wi-Fi anymore. If the Wi-Fi isn't safe and you're in a public area or something, you got 5G, which means you won't need the Wi-Fi and won't potentially risk your data. Now, this thing is gonna be rocking the Apple A14 Bionic chip, which based on what Apple has told us, it looks like it's going to be a really, really huge improvement. It's going to be so much faster. It's going to help games look better as we have faster GPUs and CPUs that are gonna also help with cameras and the processing when you take photos. So lots of good things are gonna be coming from that A14 Bionic. Apple says it's the fastest chip on the market, and Apple honestly has been leading the chip category when it comes to smartphones. So speed is not going to be an issue here for the iPhone 12 by any means. Now you guys know me, I'm not gonna go crazy deep dive into the specs of the new processor, but I'll throw up some B-roll. You guys can see just how improved this is compared to last year's, which was way ahead of the game. And honestly, I can't wait to see what these new iPhones are gonna be capable of because of this new A14 processor. Now, we are looking at a dual camera system with the iPhone 12. We've got a 12 megapixel wide angle and also a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Now, that wide angle lens has an f1.6 aperture, which is going to allow a lot of light in. So if you like to take shots at night, or maybe you just like getting a lot of depth of field, which is that like nice blurry look in the background a lot in your photos, then this is definitely a nice upgrade compared to last year. While the ultra wide is an f2.4 aperture, and I'm really, really curious to see the performance of the ultra wide lenses. I'm not super crazy about the ultra wide lenses in low light, so it's going to be interesting to see what that performance is like in a real day in the life. I'll definitely let you guys know what I think of it there. But of course, Apple has made improvements in the camera as well as the camera software. So we're gonna be able to see better photos come from these phones. But what has the real improvements in the camera department is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now with the iPhone 12 Pro, we're looking at another camera lens. We have a telephoto lens. They also have the ability to optically zoom in. So with these optical zooms, you'll be able to zoom in, get better quality in terms of that zoom. So that's going to be nice. It's not going to be digital. Now during the presentation, it was a bit easy to miss some of the differences between the iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max when it comes to the cameras. So the 12 Pro Max is actually gonna have a 47% larger sensor, which allows for a few things. So with that larger sensor, you're gonna get better quality and you're gonna be able to get more light in, and with the wider aperture, Apple says you're gonna be able to get up to 87% better low light performance, which is huge. So if you like to go out and party, take shots at night, the Pro Max is gonna be able to do a pretty phenomenal job. Now, they also introduced another feature called Sensor Shift. Sensor Shift is actually the optical image stabilization. Basically what that means, guys, if you're taking photos or if you're doing some video work, you're gonna get better performance in keeping the actual image on the phone that you're recording or taking a picture of much smoother. So instead of the optical image stabilization working with the lens, it's working with the sensor now, and that is a feature that we typically see on like DSLRs that Apple's bringing to their cameras, which makes sense. Pro, right? And additionally, with the iPhone 12 Pro, we are gonna be seeing the LiDAR scanner make it to the cameras. And can I just say, I called this. I knew that they were going to add this to the iPhone. We first saw it with the iPad Pro, and now we're seeing it on the iPhone 12 Pro. And of course, as I expected, on the iPad Pro, it was mainly for augmented reality, but I just knew that kind of technology would eventually come into play when it comes to capturing photos, and that's exactly what Apple showed today. So now we're gonna see better depth perception when using things like portrait mode, even at night, which is pretty huge because you typically need a bit more light when it comes to capturing portrait mode photos. So I'm very interested in seeing what that portrait mode during low light situations is gonna look like now that we have that LiDAR scanner. And for those of you who don't know, LiDAR means light detection and range. So this is gonna be a whole new sensor. I am honestly expecting extremely better performance in terms of the camera system on the iPhone 12 Pro because we're gonna get better autofocus. We're gonna be able to see a lot more features come to this phone because of that LiDAR scanner and just having all those different lenses and that bigger, gigantic sensor. I'm extremely excited. Now, Apple also mentioned that we're gonna be able to capture video content in Dolby Vision HDR, which is a really huge deal. And the phone is going to be able to edit all of that stuff. Listen, it is a good time to be a professional who cares about photos and videos like myself. Now that these new iPhones are coming out, they're gonna be really, really fun to play with. Now, while all of that is cool, we're gonna test out all of those features, the speeds, the performance, the cameras. We're gonna see in a real day in the life how those actually perform for the average person. What is really huge that Apple announced today is MagSafe for iPhones. So this is a whole new system that Apple has added to the iPhones. Now there are magnets inside that allow a range of accessories to be used with the iPhones and kind of changes the way we'll be using it. So Apple has also announced some new wireless charging options. Now, wireless charging has always been awesome, in my opinion, cool feature, but the experience has always been a bit hit or miss. You gotta place your iPhone like in the right spot on the charging mat. But with the MagSafe, you're gonna be able to just put your iPhone down and the magnets will get it in place for you so you can get the best charging experience. Apple announced this cool one where it allows you to fold it and you also can charge your Apple Watch on it at the same time. They showed some accessories from third parties, which looks kind of cool if they got something from like Belkin. So the accessory game, it's gonna be kind of nuts. Hopefully we'll be able to get our hands on some of those really soon. I'm really excited for that. But not only did they announce that, but they also announced new cases. So you're gonna be able to snap on a case, snap on card holders. There's gonna be a lot of new stuff coming to the iPhones that we haven't seen before. They even showed this really interesting case that covered like the entire screen and the back, and I don't know. It looked kind of crazy, but I can't wait to get my hands on it. I want to see how it functions in the real world. But I'm extremely excited for MagSafe. It's going to make things a lot nicer in terms of accessories and wireless charging. I believe they also increased the wireless charging speeds. While you're kind of trading off charging speed for convenience, and can't wait to see what the MagSafe world opens up for the iPhone. But while Apple has been focusing on getting wireless charging up, these new accessories, they took some accessories out of the box. They took out the power adapter. We saw this happen with this year's new Apple Watches. And guys, don't go crazy. We're not talking about the actual cable. We're talking about the power brick that you plug into the wall. Now this one's a little bit different. With the Apple Watch Series 6, the plug that you used was a standard USB plug, but this one uses a USB Type-C. At least that's what cable is provided. So it's Lightning to USB Type-C, which is a thankful move because now we're getting that in all of the iPhone boxes, and that's the cable that allows you to get faster charging speeds. But I don't necessarily know if everyone has a USB Type-C power adapter. So I do see a bit of an issue there because the cable itself uses USB Type-C. So that one, I can kind of understand if some people are upset. Now, another feature I think is gonna be cool with the Pro models is the ability to take Apple Pro RAW photos. So it's gonna give you all the flexibility of Apple's processing, but with the RAW capabilities so that you can go ahead and edit and fine tune things, change colors. Apple showed a really awesome example with this girl whose jacket was changing colors, different lighting. You were able to edit like crazy. So I can't wait to try that. That's going to be insane. But it is only going to be on the Pro model, so it is another one of those features that you'll have to cough up some dough for if you're interested in that. So there are lots of cool things coming to the new iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro, but let's talk about pricing. The iPhone 12 mini is going to start at $699, iPhone 12, $799. Now the iPhone 12 Pro starts at, of course, $999, and the Pro Max, $1099. So I think those are pretty good prices. If you don't care about those camera features, I know a lot of people probably don't. You don't have to shell out the extra $300. You can just go for the standard 12 models and kind of get really good performance, but you don't care about the Pro feature, so why bother going for those? Now, when can you get your hands on these phones? Well, pre-orders are a little weird, honestly. So for the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro, you'll be able to pre-order on the 16th, and then they'll be, of course, shipping on the 23rd, so you'll get your hands on them on the 23rd. But when it comes to the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 mini, pre-orders start on November 6th, and you'll actually get your hands on them November 13th. Now, I get it, the 12 Pro Max is gonna have some special features, but I mean, it's the Pro line. I would love to see them come out together instead of having to wait to pre-order it. But it is what it is, I guess. It's just kind of weird because we typically see them come out together at the same time. But those are all the new iPhones. Those are everything coming to the new iPhones. I am super, super excited. The A14 Bionic processor that's in both of the phones, the new cameras, the sensors, all that kind of stuff, I'm super, super stoked for. And the new body and colors, I'm kind of hyped, guys. But let me know what you guys think with a comment down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Apple also announced the HomePod Mini, 99 bucks, pretty impressive, but do you guys care about that? Let me know with a comment down below if you guys are interested, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. My content on the new iPhones is coming, so make sure you're subscribed, you hit that notification bell so you know when those videos drop. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.